It is incredible the amount of mistakes I see experienced players making in Ark Survival. So today I compiled a list, just a ton of mistakes that the pros make on Extinction. Jesus, so let's start right into this. Eating while grinding. So not in-game eating, but real life eating. Let me tell you guys, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of pro players making. So these players, while they're grinding or whatever they're doing out and about, sniping, whatever they do, they have a little plate of food in front of them, and they're eating casually every now and then while grinding or whatever. And let me tell you guys, this is a huge mistake. If you're gonna play Ark, make sure you stay in a safe place while eating. Just go away in your base, eat your food, then fully concentrate on Ark, because Ark is a game where a lot of different things could happen, and if you're just eating while PvPing or whatever you're doing, it could lead to bad things. But next is entering the red zone alone. So this is what is the red zone. So I don't know if that's the official name of it, but that's what I like to call it, because this zone is very, very bright red, and it has a lot of very dangerous creatures. So if you just walk into the red zone, you can see corrupted gigas, corrupted wyverns, the most dangerous stuff. And if you go in here, for most pro players, it's going to be a piece of cake, because you can avoid them. You guys know how to play the game. But going in here alone is a very, very bad idea, because if you go in here alone and somehow, your game crashes or anything bad happens, you will die. Literally, everything you have will be gone. You will die, and if you aren't with someone else to, save your stuff, it's all gone. But next here, we have bad but good locations. So bad locations are very, very hard to find in this map. Most locations are really good on Extinction, but if you find a really good location, but it's also at the same time very bad for resources, or maybe there's no water nearby, that's a huge mistake I see a lot of pro players making. They find a really good location, hard to raid, really good spot, good advantage points from all angles, but then you got no oil or no beaver dams or whatever, no wood near you or no stone, no metal. It's a huge mistake I see a lot of people making, and if you don't have the resources and stuff that you need, even if it's not enough tames nearby, that will very, very, very be a huge influence on how you will play out in the game. So now let's go on to the next one, messing with big tribes. So early on, when you mess with the big tribes, it's going to come back to haunt you, and let me tell you, it haunted me. So I spawned into this new server. It was day 2 in real life. It's been going on for 48 hours in the game. I just joined into the new server, had my character, and some guy on an owl came up to me and started attacking me. So I absolutely demolished the kid, right? I killed his level 200 owl, and I literally had hide stuff on. And it was pretty bad, but I killed his owl, I got the saddle, and we ended up doing well. Our tribe got really big. But then it came back to haunt me, guys. The same person who I killed their owl, later on, they found my base and they raided me for the sole reason that I killed their owl early on. So it's a huge mistake messing with them. Building a huge solo base. So if you're playing solo on Extinction, guys, let me tell you, it is a good idea, but at the same time, you need to play it smart. If you're going out and about, trying to make this huge base, have a million turrets, obviously turrets are really good, but if you just play so many and so spaced out and have such a large area for a base, it's not a good idea, guys. So if you're making a base that's over 2x2 or 3x3, probably 3x3 is the max that you should be making this thing, it's going to be a big target for other tribes. But if you have a smaller base, it's not going to be attacked as much, plus it won't be noticeable as much as a huge 9x9 freaking huge base, when you don't even need a base that big if you're going solo, to be honest. You should stay hidden, and you guys, you're pros, you already know about this. You shouldn't be making a huge base when you're solo, but still, I see a lot of good players doing this, and it leads to their defeat later on in the game. So building near little metal. So if you guys don't have a lot of metal near your base, I recommend you move, because a lot of pros, I see them, they, like I said earlier, they find a really good location. Maybe it has every resource that they need, but they didn't really think about the metal part. And then, they have to go out into the corrupted wastelands and find metal out there, but it's really dangerous. Or maybe they have to go into the city or travel a far, far way just to find a little bit of metal, maybe 2 or 3 nodes, and they travel across the map to find it. it. If you guys are making a base, make it near metal, or at least know where the metal is, so that you can easily go and get it and start up your base. Because if you're building a base like in the middle of nowhere, you're gonna regret it. You're not gonna have enough metal to really start up, build a nice base, and then once you are big enough and you want to like get heavy turrets and tech and all that, it's gonna be really hard to get the resources for it if you're not near metal. So make sure you build near metal, and you're definitely not gonna regret it later on in the game. So crafting electronics, this is one of the pros' biggest mistakes that I see all the time, because on Extinction, the best thing about Extinction is they literally made it so easy to get electronics. If you go up to some of the enforcers, you guys already know this, you kill these things, harvest it, you get a ton of electronics, up to 30 electronics. I've even gotten up to 50 on one of them. You get so many electronics, and if you're going around trying to find like Silcia pearls, taming the snails, going to beaver dams, just trying to find these Silcia pearls or silica pearls, however you pronounce them, it's really a waste of time, and it's a waste of these pearls, because you can easily get like 150 pearls worth of electronics just by killing one of these little enforcers, which is amazing. And that's why I love these things. They give you so many electronics, and it lets you get turrets much easier. So if you guys already know about the corrupted nodules, if you eat these things, you will die instantly. But I know a lot of you guys already know that. If you saw my last noob video, you know that eating these things will kill you instantly. So just make sure you don't eat them. But I see a lot of pros making the mistake of having them in their, in their inventory, or maybe accidentally putting them in their hotbar or something, and they accidentally eat them. So if you have these things, I recommend putting them into a tame that you have, so that you're not like going around trying to eat meat in your inventory and then accidentally you eat a corrupted nodule and die right on spot, because that is the worst thing that could happen to you, because you could lose your stuff. And trust me, it's just embarrassing. Like, you ask your friend, how did you die, bro? And they're like, I ate a corrupted nodule. In Ark, at one point, you guys have needed to jump off a cliff or somehow kill yourself in the game, but jumping off the cliff is probably the easiest way just to end your life in Ark survival. And if you have like a lot of stuff on you, let's say some really good items, it's not the best idea to jump off this cliff. You're thinking, oh yeah, Matt, it's fine, just jump off the cliff, you'll have like that green lighting to show you where you died, plus all your stuff will be right there. Well, let me tell you guys, there's like a 1 in 10 chance that when you jump off this cliff, you're gonna lose all your stuff. Now, that 1 in 10 chance is backed up by evidence. Not really, I just kind of made that number up, but every now and then your stuff will go through the map. It just happened to me the other day. It's horrible. I had like ascendant gear on me. I jump off a cliff and I literally lost it all because my player glitched through the map. I don't know how. I don't want to talk about it. So guys, if you go up to these defense units, they kind of attack you. They're really aggressive, but they're really easy to kill. And I see a lot of pro players, they're going up to these things and they think just because they look like the enforcers and they look mechanic and stuff, you can just harvest them. So I want you guys just to admit it down in the comments below. You guys have definitely killed one of these defense units thinking that they will give you electronics or something good, but let me tell you, they don't. I see a lot of pros making that mistake. It is so funny. You go up to it, you see pros like in flak armor trying to kill these things, going up to it trying to harvest it. It's so hilarious. Like, you can't get anything from them. That's why those things are really like, they're honestly really useless in the game, because you can't get anything from them. So guys, everyone likes a little bit of 6ix9ine, maybe some Eminem, maybe some Katy Perry actually, but if you're blasting it when playing Ark Survival, let me tell you, not the best idea, especially if you have the game volume down while blasting this Katy Perry. So if you're playing all this music and you're in Ark Survival, obviously you can look around, you have, the sense of sight, but you don't have freaking your ears. You can't hear anything. So if something's coming up behind you, your sight, you won't be able to see that. So it will kill you and it will freaking suck, let me tell you. So horrible time management is another thing I see a lot of Ark players doing. So everyone has their own life problems. You have to go out, maybe make a pizza, order some food, whatever you're doing. But if you don't have good time management and you try to tame something like right before you have a doctor's appointment, it's horrible, guys, and you will regret it. So I see a lot of pros making this mistake. They're trying to like tame a giga last minute. Like, no, bro, if you have a doctor's appointment in 5 minutes, you cannot tame a giga. It's not gonna work like that. I am very sorry. So if you guys have seen some of my recent thumbnails and videos, you will notice that the quality is a little bit better, and it's because I have finally found a really good artist. They are a photographer, a professional photographer. They are so good at making different types of images. Blue Dragon Ark, she is amazing at what she does. Make sure you guys go check her out on Instagram at Blue Dragon Ark. I will have some links below to her. She's amazing at what she does, so make sure you guys go check her out down below in the description. But if you made it to the end of this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to be posting a ton of more bangers coming soon. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video, hopefully soon. Peace.
Can we take it slow?